Hello, Elite Creators, and welcome to Elite Printing Creations. If this is your first time here, I hope that you enjoyed this video and will hit the subscribe button as well as the notification bell so that you are notified whenever I release new content. If you are a subscriber, thank you for the support and welcome back. In this video, I'm going to kind of round up this design that I'm doing based off of several requests I got in my inbox over on Facebook, and just utilizing Photoshop to create Superbowl inspired, Superbowl related designs. And then also just to kind of give you a peek into how you can use Photoshop and some of the basic tools that you can use for any project. So if you haven't checked out the first two videos, the links for them will be in the description box. I showed you how to just bring in images and fade out the background in the first video. The second video, I kind of introduced you to layer styles and just showed you some different things that you can do with that one. And this one, I'm going to add text to this design and just round it out. And hopefully these three videos together will get you on the way to learning Photoshop and being able to create custom designs for your clients or for yourself. So I'm going to come over here to my text window, or text icon. I'm going to type, click on to my screen, and I'm just going to type out I need to turn on the light in my office. It's kind of dark in here. All right, and then I'm just going to hit enter. Via my keyboard so I can go ahead and slide this over. Now, if I want to change the color of this, change the size of it, I'm going to come over here to my text layer properties. I can click where it says color. I can choose a color in here. If I just move my mouse off of the color picker window and onto my project, I can sample colors from inside, from anything that's on the screen. I can sample colors from there. All right. Here you would change the point size. You can change the spacing on it. So those are things that you will, hopefully maybe I'll do another video on like text and different things within like the text properties and things like that. You would change the font here, whether it's bold or italicized or regular, all those kind of good things. You would do that here in your type layer properties window. All right. I can make a duplicate of this. I can hold down Alt and drag it down to make a duplicate of it. I could just start a new text window. I can come on this side and I could have clicked on it and then chose to duplicate the layer. So a couple different ways that you can do that. All right. I'm going to hold down Control or Command on a Mac, click on the bottom because I want to control that one. And I'm going to use my arrow key just to bring that down some. I'm going to double click on it so that I can change it. And I'm going to make this 2019 NFC Champions. All right. I'm going to hit escape and bring that over. And that's kind of centered right there. All right, this one, I'm going to change the color on it. So we're going to click here, and I'm going to sample one of the colors in the uniform. All right. So let's kind of work on the top one. So I'm going to hit Control, and then I'm going to click on it. That's going to take me to where I'm actually on this one, to where I will control what happens to this particular layer. All right. I'm going to double click on it the same way that I did in the second video to bring up my layer styles. And you're just going to add different elements to it. So let's say on this one, I want to add a stroke. I actually played around with this, so it's kind of in the settings that I already want. But you could change the, I keep forgetting to make sure that, just click on it. The style is already there, but I want to click on stroke so that I can bring up the properties here. And I'd already adjusted like the opacity on it, so you can change that. It just gives it a different look versus being full on black and then taking it down to where I'm kind of seeing some of the background image through there. That starts to give it depth. You can change the blending mode for it. You can change the position of it. You can change the size of it. Couple different things that you can do with your stroke. Okay. I'm going to say, I think that was up at around like 2. You can change the color on it. All those, all those good things. All right. I'm going to, I think I did this one before. I'm just going to play around with different ones. I'm just going to go to Bevel and Emboss so you can see how that just really brought that up. Again, you can go in here and you can make it an inner bevel. You can make it to where it's embossed. You can make it a pillow emboss. And like this one's kind of small. You won't really fully see all the details, but you can play around with this and just get different effects. All right. You can soften it up, change it up. I'm going to, I think on this one, I didn't do a drop shadow. I don't remember all the ones that I did. Did I do an inner shadow? I'm trying to remember all the ones. I just played around with it. And I'll show you like the one that I had before. But you can just play around with that. You can, and I did the outer glow afterwards. You can do different overlays and gradients, colors, patterns, things like that. I don't think I did. Maybe I think I did do an inner glow. So that's just to kind of give you an idea of what all you can do with it. All right. I'm going to go ahead and hit OK on that. Now, I don't have to try to remember everything that I did to the top one if I want my next line to mimic the same thing that's on the top line. So what you would do is you would click on where it says, San Francisco 49ers. We're going to right click on it. You see here where it says copy layer style. We're going to go ahead and copy that. Then I'm going to come down here to where it says 2019 NFC Champions. And I'm going to, oh wait, that's the one that I've already did before. So I'm going to come up to this one and I'm going to right click and I'm going to choose to paste layer style. So right here, and it's not going to change the color. It's just going to give me all those different layer, like the different styling that I did, the shadows and the bevels and all those kind of things. It's going to add that one to it with the color that's already there. If I had a different font there, it would keep the same font, but it would add those effects to that particular font. So if I were to come up here and let's just change this to, well, that was not going to really give you kind of the same feel. I need something that is, so let's say I went with that one. So it's still the same feel, but on a different font. Okay. Let's see. Is there one that I can really change this to where it's not the same as the top one? Just so you can see the difference when I bring in, what do I want to use? No, just want something really bold. Kind of actually like that, but I did it the other way though. Not Arial. And then with doing these, some of your basic fonts, well, it'll just take it to the next level. If you don't really have a lot of fonts and things in your, you don't have a lot of them downloaded, just using layer styles can really take fonts to a different level and just make them look totally different from how they would normally appear. Now I'm just trying to find something to kind of put in here just so that it's a different font so you can see that it still maintains that layer style. All right, let's take that one. All right, I want to resize this. So I'm going to go Control T or Command T on a Mac, and I'm just going to pull it out, and then I can change the size of this. Okay. All right, I'm going to hit Enter. I'm going to go Control, click here. I'm going to pull this over some, and let's actually switch these. So I'm going to take the San Francisco and put it on top of that one, just so that it sits on top. maybe even pull it down some. Oops, not that much. I'm going to use my arrows and just kind of tap that down some. So it looks like it's kind of sitting on top. So many different things you can do. All right, I'm going to click on here, hold down Shift, and I'm going to just make these two I'm going to convert them to a smart object. So they will become one. They still have like their layer, the layer styles and things there. I'm going to double click on it, and I'm going to add an outer glow to it. So it's different from a drop shadow, and that just really, really pops it out to me. You know, it just makes it to where it kind of mimics and matches the edging around it, and it just pops it off away from his body. So that's an option for you. All right, I'm going to hit OK on that, and then I'm going to bring in, so I'm going to go File, Place Embedded. I'm going to bring in this logo. I'm going to size it down some. I've already played around with, you know, where I want this. So I'm going to just go ahead and put that there. I'm going to move it behind the player. And y'all forgive me. I don't really know this quarterback's name. Sorry, I'm a Dolphin fan. So yeah, I don't remember his name, but it's the quarterback for San Francisco. So just keep saying the player. I'm going to add a layer mask to this one as well, just so that I can take out the word Superbowl. Like I don't really want that. I just want the logo for it. So I'm going to go ahead and come up here to my brush, and I'm going to just mask that away, and also kind of feather off the bottom so it's not, you know, it just kind of just adds to the way that I'm doing the design. And then I'm going to come up here, and for the blend mode, I forget which one I did now. I want to say I did this one. Yeah, that's what I did on the other one. And then we're going to double click on it, and I'm going to add I want to say I did a drop shadow on it. Yep. And I'm going to change right now. I did not click on drop shadow. I'm on the blending options for the image itself, which is actually what I want right now. I'm going to bring the opacity on it down some, just so that it isn't so like super, super, super bold. Right? So there you go. Really quick, really simple, easy. I'm going to turn off that one, and then that's how it was before. So it's a little bit different. So there's that one, and then that one. Okay. When it comes to the text, I'm going to hide that one, and I'm going to, which one is it? It's this one, where they're the same. So you can see how though that was like the same font. So different things that you can do. The one thing with Photoshop I love is the fact that you can try out different things on different layers, and then you can turn them on and off to see which one you would like. You can have multiple images here. If you want to change out the player that was there, but leave everything the same, you can definitely do that. Bring in another player, put him, you know, basically in between the Superbowl logo and the text, and be able just to interchange out the players and things like that. So hopefully this video helped, and all three videos helped you just to kind of give you a little bit of insight into how you can utilize Photoshop to customize your projects. If you've struggled with it, hopefully this just kind of like, you know, it's like ding, and the light bulb just kind of turned on, and you will be inspired to just jump into Photoshop and try out the different tools, look at the different layers. Now, there are so many other things that you can do with the program, but hopefully this will get you started. Again, if you aren't subscribed, I invite you to go ahead and hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. And until next time, guys, have a great one.